Hey YouTube, Casey here, and today I got a real quick video for y'all looking at a really cool alternate build to the set that you can see on screen. So this is of course the MIDI-SCALE Imperial Star Destroyer that came out last year. This thing is really great with some amazing greebling details and some cool smaller Star Destroyers that are flying around it. I really wish that these display sets would include minifigures though, but that doesn't really have to do with what we're talking about today. So what are we turning this into? A Venator class Star Destroyer, this being the Imperial one that's seen in both Revenge of the Sith and the Bad Batch. I found this mock online, and I'll leave the link in the description down below to the free instructions from Nick Woods 5. If y'all are interested in building it for yourselves, I'd definitely check it out there and give the guy a follow. The instructions were really clear and easy to go through, and it was really like building a real set, not a custom model, other than a few steps that don't really seem like ways that LEGO would put the pieces together, if that makes any sense. But taking a look at the model though, it looks really great with a good stud to tile ratio, and I also really like the greebling done on the sides of the cruiser and how the turrets up top were represented. You can build a new stand that's in the instructions, or do what I did, and I just like the old one, so I just used the same one as the Star Destroyer. Now, there is a big complaint that I have with this model, but it's really easy to fix, luckily. So you can see that there's this one piece at the front that makes all the plates bend up near the front of the nose. So taking that piece off helps flatten the nose of the ship off a lot better and just makes it look a lot cleaner overall. I really like back here how these engines were made, but there is some slight colors peeking through here and on the bottom, which, while annoying, isn't really something I mind too much considering the guy's working with a really limited piece count. Now, probably my favorite thing here is the way that the bridge area was done, and it looks really good the way that all these plates come together to create the slope at the top. If you want to put some figures on the base, I think that putting Vader and a Phase 2 clone work really great. Now, of course, I can't not mention that this is as iconic as that classic Clone Wars style Venator, missing that big red stripe down the nose. So what I did is I took a bunch of the parts from my personal collection, and I ended up adding those details, the big stripe on the nose, and the smaller ones in the back. I am sadly still missing the Republic logo details that should be on either side of the big red stripe. I do believe though that there's some printed pieces out there from some older Clone Wars sets that would work for it though. I sadly just don't have those to be able to feature in this video. But the figures that I'm going to throw on here are going to be GCC's Clone Wars Armored Anakin and a regular Phase 1 Clone Trooper. One last thing to mention is that the pieces that were left over after building this mock actually weren't a lot, and it used up a lot of the same pieces from the Star Destroyer set. Next, I'm probably going to have to pick up that Invisible Hand MIDI-SCALE set, just since those two would look so great together, and I'd be able to capture that look of the Battle of Coruscant from the opening scene of Revenge of the Sith. So I would definitely recommend this alt build, and especially since if you already have the set, it's free to make. And I'd make the Clone Wars modifications as well if you have the parts in your collection. So make sure y'all let me know in the comments down below what you think about this set and if you'll be doing these upgrades yourself. But with that all said, remember that Christ is King, and may the Force be with you.